Hello everyone, Cheshire the Cat on the scene with episode 4, the first trial. Record defendant lobby number 2. Karma? That's right, Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. He's a god of persecution, right? A god! Not a single case? He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Sounds like someone else I know, Edgeworth. You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared. That's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence. He taught me what it really means to prosecute. What? Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10. So, was he your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth? Something like that. Now he's trying to get you found guilty? What a creep! Oh, wait. Maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out. Not a chance. He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years. He's as ruthless as me times 20. Oh, sorry, cracking open a juice. That's pretty ruthless. Can't argue with numbers like that. Like I said, he's a god among prosecutors. I guess that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia, Maya. Uh-huh. We could really be using Mia's help right now, don't you think? I can't. I'm sorry, I tried. I really tried, but I couldn't reach. You couldn't reach? I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again. Oh man, what bad timing. I'm really sorry. I'll try my best. I hope so. Come on, cheer her up, dude. What are you whispering about? Oh, nothing. Oh, it's time. Let's head in. December 26th, 10 a.m. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, God, what voice do I give him? You know what? I can't resist. Die, monster! Mr. Von Karma, is the prosecution ready? Ready. Fool. You seriously think that I would stand here were I not completely prepared? Right, my apologies. He's even got the judge scared. Very well, your opening statements, please. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. That should be fine. The prosecution may call its first witness. What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something? How am I supposed to fight against this? I call the detective in charge of the case. Detective Dick Gumshoe. Okay, Gumshoe's first. Let's see how this goes. Describe the incident. Now. Yes, sir. Gumshoe looks nervous. Please take a look at the map. The murder happened late Christmas Eve around midnight. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. There were 2 men on the boat. Now, there happened to be a woman camping here on the edge of the lake. At 12:10 a.m., she heard 2 pistol shots. Wait. Then the boat started to move. It went towards the boat rental shop. Testify to the court about the arrest. Now. Wait. Mr. Von Karma? Yes.
Actually, I'm the one who's supposed to be handling the proceedings. Wrong. There's only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role. Yes, of course. You're quite right.
No, he's not! A man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. There we found Mr. Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all. But the next morning, a body was found in the lake. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth.
I see. Very well. Begin your cross-examination, attorney. Now.
Alright then. A man called into the station 30 minutes after midnight. We received a call from a man. Yep. He said there was a woman camping out there. She was the one who heard the 2 gunshots, right?
Objection! Oh god, I actually kind of nailed that one. The woman and the man who called during the report are 2 different people, obviously.
Different people?
There were 2 witnesses. The testimonies were quite similar, however. They have summoned the woman who was camping.
Was camping? A lot of heart.
Laughing next. Detective.
We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. What was Mr. Edgeworth like when you saw him then? Well, from what I saw, he looked pretty relaxed. Not like a murderer at all, really.
Detective, the count requires the facts, not your opinion. How many years have you been on the force? Facts only, detective. Hard, cold, objective facts.
Yes, sir. Man, he's got this share of objections. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all. The next morning, the body was found in the lake. Did you find any clues on the body? A single bullet was recovered from the body. He was shot through the heart, fatally.
Judge, here's the bullet. It didn't strike bones, so its shape is well preserved.
Very well, the court accepts the bullet as evidence. Wait, 1 bullet? But they heard 2 shots, so we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. But why is that? Well, we found the murder weapon in the boat. Murder weapon? A pistol.
Detective Gumshoe, that is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony.
Right, sorry, Your Honor. The murder weapon we found in the boat was a decisive evidence. What about the pistol made it decisive evidence? He has the same evil laugh as Edgeworth. There were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. There were clear prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand. What?
Order! Order! So Mr. Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon.
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, this is the weapon in question.
Accepted in evidence. Murder weapon, 22 caliber, fired 3 times? Okay, something doesn't add up here.
Members of the court, we now have the pistol used for the murder and the bullet found in the body. Detective!
Yes, sir!
Was the bullet you found from the body fired from this pistol?
Yes. The ball markings on the bullet match the pistol. Hey, Nick. What does he mean, ballistic markings?
Shocking. Imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings.
Stuff it up your cloak. Nick, he's glaring at me.
Very well, I'll explain. Actually, Judge, you do it.
Eh? Me?
Ballistic markings are kind of like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrel leaves distinct marks on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate. This is actually true. In a lot of cases, even though a lot of guns, like the gun parts, are factory produced, each gun does have like a unique quote-unquote finger or thumbprint that can be followed, and this was used, and guns were specifically designed this way so that bullets could be tracked to the firearms that launched them in the case of a murder happening, so that it would be easier to detect the owner. That's why gun safety laws are such... Well, I don't want to go into this topic. Indeed. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was without a doubt fired from this pistol. This pistol, which, as you may recall, was covered with the defendant's own fingerprints. Order! Order! This is bad. This makes it look like Edgeworth did it. Well, Judge? I'd say it's almost decisive, yes. Honestly, I could declare the verdict at this point. However... You wish to hear the witnesses speak, no doubt. Very well. I'm somewhat fatigued, and so I'll take a brief break. We'll call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge! Yes? What are you doing? A 10-minute recess. Now! But wait, Just bang your flimsy gravel and get on with it, man. Yes. The court will take a 10-minute recess. Who's running this court anyway? Edgeworth, what's going on here? Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon. That foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot the man was the person in the photo. True. Was that you in the boat? Yes, it was me. What? But you must believe me. I didn't shoot him. Then who did? I don't know. You don't know? Weren't you right there? I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at the time that he had shot himself. You mean it was a suicide? That's the only explanation I can come up with. How am I going to convince anyone of that? Say, Maya. Huh? What? Any progress with Mia? Oh. Sorry, it's no good. You're really depending on Mia here, right? I know. I'm no good for anything, am I, Nick? I can't call my sister. I might as well not be here, right? No, I need you here. Of course not. I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out. Even if you don't actually help, it's the thought that counts, right? It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about trials or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits. Everyone has their off days. I mean, I've just been getting lucky lately. But you never know when my luck's gonna run out. Really? Whoa, Wright. Don't jinx this case any more than it already is. Yeah, it's bad for my heart. Sorry. Oops. Court is back in session. Mr. Von Karma, call your witness. Yes. Will Miss Lotta Hart take the stand? Lotta Hart, you are a research student at a university. That I am. Good. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident. And don't add anything trivial or subjective. Understand? Y'all need to learn some manners. Understand? Yeah, I understand. Very well. Your testimony, please. It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang coming from the lake.
When I looked out the window, I saw 2 gents in a boat. And there was another bang. There wasn't nary a thing on that lake but the boat.
Enough.
Huh?
Judge! She happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo. Accepted as evidence.
Well, this is a surprise. It looks like the very moment of the murder. Order! I will remove people from this courtroom if I do not have order immediately.
As the witness testified, she looked at the lake and then she heard the shot. There were no other boats on the lake. So the man in the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him. Yes, it was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth.
Order! 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 I will have order!
Well, Judge?
The evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about the case. Very well, the court finds the defendant...
Objection! Wait, Your Honor! I haven't cross-examined the witness yet.
Cross-examination? We have photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? The photo's worth 1,000 words, and they all read guilty. You lose. Or, you claim to have found a contradiction in her testimony. Very well. If you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder and ask meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. And then I will have you held in contempt of court.
Nick, contempt?
Contempt of court, you know? I guess I understand. Well, what are you going to do? Do you really think there is a contradiction with the facts of her testimony? Yeah, there is. I think I noticed one little thing. Impressed, Nick. I didn't notice anything. Right, let's take him on. Yeah. I had a bad feeling about this.
Ow. I understand. I will cross-examine the witness.
Very well.
I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time.
It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake.
So you weren't looking at the lake at that time?
Nope. I looked after I heard that noise.
She said that already. I asked you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with the witness.
When I looked out, I saw 2 gents in a boat. And there was another Wait a minute. Could you clearly see the 2 men?
Just look at the picture. Clear enough for you?
No, it's foggy. Uh-oh. Wait a second. I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking if you saw the 2 men.
Yeah, well, of course.
The witness has testified that she saw them. There's also a photo. You must look elsewhere for your precious contradictions.
He jumped in quick. He's hiding something. There was another bang. Were you watching the lake the very moment the shot rang out?
Well, yeah, sure.
You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless. Contradictions, Mr. Wright, not meaningless babble.
On karma, I think I hate you. He's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end?
There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but the boat.
Ow. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, sure as a country girl can be.
That sounds pretty sure. How come you're so sure?
Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake.
Scanned the whole lake? Almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you...
Mr. Wright, the witness has answered your question in full.
No, she hasn't.
No need for further questions. Objection sustained.
That's what I'm...
Sustained!
Yes, of course. Oh, great. What am I supposed to do now? There weren't any contradictions in there. Sorry, Nick. If only this was working. Why's really taking this hard? Just keep going. Just after midnight, you say. In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day. Huh? Yeah, I guess.
I know you want to find contradictions, but really...
Your next contradiction is a little more relevant to the trial. Witness, continue your testimony. I was in my car. Keep 'em coming. Why were you camping there anyway? I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use my research. What research? This all sounds suspicious. Miss Hart? Could you be more specific about your research? Shut up, Von Karma!
What does the witness' motive by camping by the lake have to do with this case?
Thank you for the wow.
The answer is nothing. The object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained.
Wait now, I'm the one who says that.
Well then, say it already.
Objection sustained. Thank you for the care package, by the way. Thanks for nothing, Your Honor. Posture check. Stretch. And a hydrate. I did.
Enough.
I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. It seems you're unable to find a contradiction in this testimony worth noting. But, Your Honor...
You keep your promise.
Mr. Wright, I'm afraid that I'll have to penalize any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court.
And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood?
I'm not doing anything different. He's really fishy, Nick. Really fishy. I know what you mean, but if I can't say anything, what can I do?
I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision. And pass your judgment.
Very well. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand. Hold it. Who was that? It was me! Maya? Is something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities? No, I do not! Lotta Hart! Your testimony stinks! It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. I am highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death. Lotta, did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol?
You will stand down. The court does not acknowledge the defense's outbursts.
Answer me, Lotta. What's the big idea? Treat me like some kind of criminal. I saw him, I swear it. I saw Edgeworth.
Enough. Judge, declare the defense in contempt of court.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He's in contempt of court and must leave. No. Wait! I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent.
Ha! What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
You're wrong! Wrong!
What?
Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony, and I have a right to cross-examine her again. Order! 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 Order!
You're in contempt of court. It's too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection.
I'm sorry, Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot.
What?
Miss Lotta Hart has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again.
But he's in contempt of court!
No, I am! If you're going to arrest someone, arrest me!
Very well. Miss Maya Fey, you will leave the courtroom immediately.
Nick, I did what I could.
You have to do the rest. Good luck. Maya. Oh, she just wanted to help.
Peh. I care not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses.
I'm running out of time. I better find a contradiction in here or else.
Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination.
The last statement. I saw clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. Hold it. Well, what about the other man?
Can I expect to be allowed blithely to ignore your promise, Mr. Wright? I believe you claimed there was a contradiction in the witness's testimony. Well, find it, if you can.
Right, I have to assign you a penalty. Are you freaking kidding me? Damn. That's it? Uh-oh. I don't know if I can find anything in that. But I can't squander Maya's efforts either. I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. Got you. Got you, Miss Hart. Finally. What? You got what? Look at this photograph. The photo I took? The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart. So? So? This picture was taken with professional high-quality film, correct? Yet, even it could not capture the faces of the men in the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? What? Hey there, Evie. How's it going? Welcome to the Phoenix Wright stream. I'm extending it.
Mr. Wright has a point. That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony, please.
Yet, now she has said it, Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself.
Miss Hart?
What?
Could you see the defendant that night?
Of course! I said I could, I meant I could.
And please, testify as to the circumstances of your sighting.
I did it. I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. You're right, it was a cold night and the fog was thick as grits. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out in the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See? No problem.
Use binoculars?
That wouldn't clear up the fog, though.
Very well, you may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
This one better be good. You're right, it was a cold night and the mist was thick as grits. So once I finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Your camera? Yeah, it's got an automatic...
The issue we're concerned with is Miss Hart seeing Mr. Edgeworth. The camera has nothing to do with this at all.
Objection sustained. It's not letting me answer any of my questions. Still about my binoculars with me. Binoculars? Yeah, binoculars! Yesterday you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah! Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars for that? Got doubts about your camera, too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers?
The camera is irrelevant to the case.
You can't say that for certain!
Mr. Wright?
Is the camera really relevant to the case?
If you believe it is, you may continue with the line of questioning. But know this. If you find nothing with this, there will be consequences.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you wish to press further about the camera? Yes, I do! It's make it or break it time. The camera is of the utmost importance, Your Honor. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Wow, maybe I went a little overboard there.
Very well. Miss Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera.
Yeah, I hear ya.
The
camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. No, it wasn't. Miss Hart, what made you choose that lake to photograph meteors? You know the fog gets thick on that lake. It's not very suited for stargazing. Yeah, well, see, I guess I wasn't thinking straight.
Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witnesses because of her challenged intellect.
Now, wait a minute!
Continue your testimony. You were saying how it was you saw Edgeworth? No unnecessary comments, please.
When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. What noise? If there was a heavy fog, how would binoculars change that at all? What do you mean? Even binoculars can't see through fog. But you say you clearly saw him? The camera would have been of a shot. I did! Yeah.
Enough! There's no room for doubt in her testimony.
She sounded pretty doubtful to me. I have to find a clear contradiction first. I don't care how many von Karmic objections I get. I'm gonna find a hole in this testimony if it's the last thing I do. It was a cold night, the mist was thick as grits. So, how could you see Edgeworth? Oh, just hold your horses for a second. You hasty Yank types never find a gal where I'm from.
Fence attorneys have trouble with that as it is.
Nobody loves me. So once I finished setting up my camera, I went back in the car. Why would you go back in the car? Yeah, we already learned about the camera. Bag. Pictures of a meteor shower. No, it wasn't! If it was, then why would it be set up for a loud noise? You were photographing shooting stars? That's a lie! Says who? Ow. I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of the stars, Miss Hart. Plus, shooting stars wouldn't make a sound.
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
The witness was not at the lake photographed shooting stars, Your Honor.
Well then, exactly what was she photographing?
Oh, I know, Your Honor. Take a look at this. The thing Miss Hart was trying to photograph at the lake was Gordy. Miss Hart, is this what you were trying to photograph?
What's this? A newspaper article? Gordy?
Ah,
the sighting at Gourd Lake.
Well, Miss Hart, I never heard of no lake monster. You got proof or something? Let's see you prove that I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. I have proof. Oh, I have it.
Intriguing. Very well, let's see it. And no joking around this time, please. The proof is the witness trying to photograph Gordy, the lake monster.
The camera itself. Miss Hart is your own camera. The camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? This photograph taken here when the gun fired on the lake. And here is the article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had a camera set up to respond to loud noises.
Order! Order! I see. I too thought it was a little strange.
Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart? You were camping there to take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah. Not bad. Are all yours that smart? So smart, boy. I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what? Huh? That don't change what I saw, does it?
Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist.
Hey!
But as she so succinctly said, so what? It changes nothing.
Actually, it does change something. True. You were hiding the full fact about Gordy for some reason, I know it. Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of it. She wouldn't have been looking for Edgeworth. She wouldn't have cared about two guys in a boat. She would have been looking for the monster.
Why did you hide the fact that Gordy was searching Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony.
Right, fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though.
Something will change. It has to. And I'm going to spot it.
Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked straight out at the lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched that boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the man's hands, and I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at that boat the whole time, crossed my heart and hoped to fry.
Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. The witness's testimony is unchanged from before. Whether she's a research student or a photographer has no bearing on the case. There is no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination.
Shut up, Von Karma.
I claim the defense is right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Karma's up to something, and I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine the witness. Why? Is there a contradiction?
Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself, so you must have something in mind. That'd be a first.
Very funny.
You understand that this is your last chance at a cross-examination, Mr. Wright. If there is no problem with the testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. And I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. Ooh, I got a picture of that monster. Is Gordy really all that newsworthy? Heck yeah! They even had him up on the TV!
I'm not sure that appearing on local news as a Rumor of the Month segment qualifies. Last month's segment was Bigfoot sighted on Acorn Hill, I believe.
Hey! I also had a picture of him in the newspaper. For real!
Mr. Wright, this is one fight I do not believe you can win. Let's keep moving, shall we?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding.
I think it's time you told us why you felt you had to hide the true purpose of the lake.
Hey, I could work out what I was up to. The lake would be swarming with competitors.
Competitors?
Yeah! Second-rate shutterbugs trying to steal my scoop.
Is that the only reason you were trying to hide the truth?
Well, actually...
Mr. Wright, I'll not have you asking any more questions with no relevance to the case.
Whatever you say, Von Karma. I know you told her to keep quiet.
I heard the bang. I looked straight out at the lake. Exactly what sort of sound was it? Well, I never heard one before, so I can't say for sure, but it sounded like a gunshot. It was a lot sharper a sound than I would have expected.
There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time.
I don't think so.
There wasn't much else to look at.
Yep.
I don't know. She heard a bang and she thought Gordy was out there. I kind of doubt she'd waste any time looking at a boat.
What? What did I do now? You gonna give me that look for?
Definitely suspicious. Maybe it's time for some evidence.
Witness, continue.
Hold your hush puppies, Pops. I'm getting there.
Then I saw a flash near one of the man's hands and I heard another gunshot. Was there nothing on the lake but the boat at that time?
Huh? So what, you're thinking maybe he shot from some other place? I don't think so, nope. The lake was smooth as glass. Nobody on the shore neither. What the?
Let me adjust the volume so I can hear this.
Can I just hit Von Karma upside his head with a 2-bit bought off a garage sale rolling pin?
Alright. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, that was good. That was good. Worth it. Thanks, honey. I totally would too. But I find some sort of contradiction in his testimony.
I won't be able to beat Von Karma any other way. Actually, I'm not a researcher. Question it all, see if I get in trouble. Then what manner of person are you? I'm not sure I'm highfalutin enough to be called a manner of anything. Investigative photographer. An investigative photographer? Yep. You get your photo and sell it to the press. It's that kind of business. Hey, I was taking pictures at my sister's graduation last year. And guess what? What? There was a UFO just hanging in the sky. A UFO? You know, an unidentified flying object, a UFO. That's when I had a sort of revelation. I knew I should become an investigative photographer. I see. Kind of a shaky basis for a career. Imagine what Scuba Beef if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked straight out at the lake. That part I believe. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. No, I disagree. Miss Hart? Were you really looking at the boat? What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. It's the only thing out there. Any normal person would be looking at it. I agree. Any normal person would. But you are far from normal. What? Y'all wanted to step over here and say that? You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy. That's what. You wouldn't give the boat a second thought. Order. Continue, Mr. Wright. You testified that you were watching the boat straight through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch the boat. You needed them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing. Well? Well, now that y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there and all. Miss Hart, are you saying that you were not watching the boat then? Sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really. I thought, you know, I could be a witness to murder and all. I kind of got excited. I was sure I was watching the boat till now.
This is totally uncalled for.
But hey! You got the photograph, you got proof!
Still, we can't see who's shooting who in this.
Right. That's why I took this photo and...
Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole.
Shut my what? What was she going to say? She took the photo and what? Wait a second. She even had a photograph to prove it. You really can't tell who's shooting. So she said she's going to enlarge the photo. Said it'll drop the quality of my, but let us see who's who. She enlarged the photo. Why won't Von Karma let her show it? I've got a hunch. I bet that enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it'll mean prison for Edgeworth. Or worse. What should I do? Miss Hart, look at this photograph. You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Yeah, I did. Why has that enlargement not been presented to the court?
Because it does not exist.
What are y'all talking about? You were the one who told me to show it in court in the first place. You all bull...
What's the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma?
Miss Hart? Show the photo to the court. Show us the enlargement.
The prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence.
Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court.
Here it is.
We still cannot see who's firing from this. It could be the defendant, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence.
Happy now, Mr. Wright?
There has to be something.
You asked for the enlargement, you got the enlargement. And little good has done any of us. That's why I requested she not show it.
I suppose this means that the cross-examination
is over, obviously.
And I'd like to close the cross-examination of Miss Lotta Hart.
And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time.
Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add?
I stated everything I needed when this trial began. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required?
Nothing, of course. And I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict. Wait, it's not supposed to go like this. There must be a clue in the photo somewhere. This is bad. Real bad. What should I do? Object the enlargement. Wait. Evidence. Wait, Your Honor! It's evidence!
I believe we've spent enough time talking about evidence.
Indeed. We've heard opinions on every piece of evidence but this enlargement. I see no point in retracing our steps. It's bad, real bad. What should I do? Your Honor! There is something decidedly strange with this enlargement!
What might that be?
The fingerprints! The fingerprints, from Edgeworth were from his right hand, but the gun was fired with the left. This photo's strange. Okay, here goes nothing. Just what's strange about this photo. Right here. Here, Your Honor.
The shooter?
I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange? Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor. The hand? The hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. The man's left hand does what? This man's left hand does what? Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence the left hand contradicts. Right here. The evidence is clear. The man in this photograph is holding the pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth.
Now that everyone in the courtroom has quieted down, I'd like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor. You've given us definitive proof today. We now know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim?
Precisely.
As we've seen, there were no other people on the lake that night.
Who but the defendant could have shot the victim?
The victim himself. There's only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself. Order! Order! So, you're saying that the victim committed suicide? Yes, Your Honor. I can think of no other explanation. Indeed, that does seem to be their only remaining option.
I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. Suicide is out of the question.
What?
An examination of the victim's wound reveals the distance at which he was shot.
The distance?
The victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away.
Then how would he have been shot in the boat? A meter? That's 3 feet. Thanks. Thanks for the American translation.
There is no way it could have been a suicide.
Order! Order! Mr. Von Karma, are you sure about the accuracy of the data?
Of course. I'd already considered the possibility of suicide, you see.
It's only 1 meter away. I see.
Very well. Allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, the prints on the gun revealed the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for the trial for the day. Ugh. The court orders the defense and the prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
That is all. Court is adjourned. Oh, God.
That was a close one. Hey! Don't you have anything to say?
No, I have yet to be declared innocent, Wright.
Well, yeah, but what happened out there on the lake anyway? If he didn't commit suicide, then who? Shooter was about 1 meter away, too. What? Don't give me that look. I didn't kill him. I'm just kidding around. Look, I'm gonna go check on Maya.
Right.
What? Tell her something for me. What? Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all. Would it kill you to just state how you really feel with a thanks, Edgeworth? I requisitioned a transcript of Lotta's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter. So the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. I heard 2 sounds like gunshots after midnight. To be continued. Alrighty. Woo! Woo! I'd say it's quite a bit of progress we made. But as always, it comes down to the fact that we'll be seeing more in the next episode. Until then, this is Cheshire the Cat, signing off, YouTube. See you next time.